What is going on, guys? TheBrokenMachine here. Welcome to a new tutorial. Today we're going to be looking at developing your map knowledge and awareness. Maps are all very different, of course, but they share very similar features, and knowing these can give you an edge over your opponents and help you to survive longer. All these tips I'll be giving you today will also help you to adjust to the new maps in the recent They Shall Not Pass DLC. Two features all maps share are base spawns and flag spawns. You spawn on one side of the map, the enemy spawns on the other. These are your base spawns. This is the general direction in which the majority of your opponents will come from. To ensure you survive longer and die less, try to minimize the amount of time you have your back facing these directions. Next we come to the flag spawns. If you hold the flag, your team will spawn behind the flag and not on it. If the enemy holds the flag, they will spawn around it on their side of the map. Use this information to your advantage and help you decide where to look out for enemies. B flag on Amiens, for example, your enemies will come from this alley here, the road down here, and this alley to the left. They may also peek the window up here. You should be looking out for enemies coming from these spots, not only as you approach the flag, but also while capturing it. Other maps may look different, but the same rules still apply. So think about the flag you're currently capturing, what side of the map your team spawns on, the enemy spawns on the opposite side, be ready for an attack. These diagrams are of course only guidelines. To learn the exact area players can spawn in is actually pretty easy. Take note of the area of the flag you spawned in at. Eventually over time you'll just know all the spots and be able to predict where your opponents can come from with more accuracy. The next key feature all maps share are power positions. Power positions are areas on the map that allow you to easily dominate your opponents. Knowing where these are is key to attacking and defending with little difficulty. Common key power positions are behind objects, top of buildings, and at the end of corridors. Make sure you are constantly looking out for players in these spots. In my own gameplay, you'll often see me turning quickly around and sometimes throwing what appears to be just random grenades. The truth is, they are not random. I'm checking to see if players are in these spots. You should be doing the same. It doesn't have to be grenades, it can just be your sight. Just check out the common spots and see if there's anybody there. One common spot is the towers on St. Quentin Scar. As you're moving across the map, make sure to have a quick look to see if anyone is up there. Remember, not all power positions are about kills. Often it's just about information. The tower on St. Quentin Scar is a great position to help out your team and communicate with them. Make sure you get rid of any enemies up there. Of course, each map will have its own power positions and they will be very different, but the same rules still apply. Look out for them and anticipate that enemies will be there. Power positions can be lethal, just like head glitch spots. Head glitch spots are areas of the map where only the player's head can be seen. Common spots are behind objects and looking out of windows. As you move around the map, look out for potential spots ahead of you where enemies could poke their head out of. Unless you have a suitable weapon and great aim, you are unlikely to win in a gunfight against a player head glitching. So always be on the lookout for these potential spots and adjust your playstyle if necessary. Again, avoid challenging head glitches, you're too much of an easy target. Moving on, always try to be thinking about potential lines of sight between you and your opponents. On one of the new maps here, I pushed up the map, got into a nice spot to help defend the flag, and boom, shot in the face. Here, I've made the mistake of not predicting the enemy's line of sight. The line of sight is the visibility on a map, basically who can see what. So here, while I do have a great view on the flag below, there are also many blind spots that I need to be aware of. This guy shooting at me from that building is one of them. Fortunately, blind spots can usually be avoided through movement. Here in this bunker, we have a line of sight from me to the opening entrance. If I rush straight around the corner, someone coming through the entrance may see me first. So to counter this, I move to the left, then to the right. Whatever map you're playing on, be on the constant lookout for these potential lines of sight that not only you could use to help you take out the enemies or defend flags, but also potential lines of sight enemies could use against you. Moving on, let's look at choke points. Choke points are areas of the map which tend to see a lot of congestion and blockage. Tunnels, bunkers, stairways are all the common ones. Don't rush blindly into these areas, always look before you do move up and get your grenades and dynamite out if necessary. Breaking these usually comes down to luck. On 64 player servers, often you just have to go for kills, but on smaller modes, a risky push through can often work. Open areas can become choke points too. This new map here is notorious for this, so to counter this and push up the map, I just took my chances here. I rushed the enemies, pushed through for a big weak flank and got lucky. Sometimes risky moves like this that can often be seen as bad plays are actually some of the best plays you can make. Of course you may die a few times trying it, but you've got to decide. You either sit back and hope eventually that your team pushes through, or you just go for it, forget about your stats, and just try something. The worst thing that's going to happen is you get some more deaths, but who cares about that? You know, you should be trying to play for the win, and if you manage to pull off an awesome play, you know, that would be great too. Now those are all the main features that all maps have, but one thing that can really help you is a general understanding of how certain types and shapes of areas tend to play out. Open areas, think slow and pushing up the map section by section. Zigzag around if possible. Corridors are all the same. Predict your opponents will be watching from the other side. Peek, kill, move up. Think about what the shape the room you're in is. A square or rectangle, for example. Check the corners, there's only so many of them. Buildings will be laid in a mixture of layouts on each map, but they're the same buildings. So anticipate where people will be. Someone's probably going to be on the stairs, probably in the corners, or hiding in the shadows. If there's an attic, expect someone to be sat up there, looking out the window, or placing dynamite and waiting for you to come up the stairs. And that is all for today's guide on map knowledge and awareness. My map guides are on the way. Today guys, I just wanted to focus on the key features that apply to all maps. Knowing these will not only help you survive on the maps you've already played over and over, but when new maps drop like the recent They Shall Not Pass DLC, hopefully you'll be able to recognize these features on those maps and adjust to them fairly quickly. So that's all for today guys, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, drop a like if you enjoyed this video and I'll see you soon. Take it easy guys, catch you later.